Well, Coach Grant, another big test for your girls this past weekend, out there in Abilene, playing the best of the SCAC conference, out there on a neutral field. And we were talking earlier about the, measuring the progress of your young program over the last couple of years. These same two teams you played here at our place a couple of years ago, and combined score was 17-0 in their favor. And then you go out there to a really tough place to play, and you basically it's 4-1. You're in both ball games, have a chance to win. Just kind of talk about the progress. First of all, you've seen in the program from a couple of years ago, and then this team in particular, and going out there and playing those two teams toe to toe.
This weekend, just like you said, we were able to play them straight up. Last year, we sat back and defended the whole time. This year, our goal was just kind of basically see where we stood. I mean, we're dealing with 17 freshmen still, and we're still in the process of trying to find out what works for us. But in the Rhodes game, we definitely, I feel like, had a chance to win that game. We were down 1-0 in the second half and came back and right away and tied it. And we gave up a soft goal at the end to lose 2-1. But, it was a good measuring stick to know where we stand. I mean, that's a team last year that won the SAC. And then the next day we played Austin College, and to be honest, they were a very, very good team, well coached. Statistically, they outshot us 31-6. I guess the big positive there is we saw what our goalkeeper could do. She gave up 2 goals in that kind of barrage of shots. We were able to hang in the game. We did have a few opportunities. Basically we went through a lot of character building, and we played a great first half against Austin College. Second half, we struggled a bit. I don't know if it was the weary legs or whatever the case was, but the bottom line is we come away from this weekend knowing that, hey, we can compete. We can compete with teams in our conference now, and that's exciting. So we're really, really looking forward to the season and what can possibly happen for this young group of girls.
Over the first 4 games, for the first couple of weeks, you knew going in you were going to have a young team again, depending on all these freshmen. If you could just pick one thing over the first couple of weeks that you've been most pleased with, what would that be?
Our athleticism. We're a lot stronger athletically. We're a lot quicker, which will allow us to do some things. Some teams will be able to play straight up and go at them. Hey, there'll be others that we will need to sit back and do some things, but it'll give us a chance to stay in the game because of our athleticism that we have in this year's program.
Opening up conference play this week, you get McMurray here Friday, which has been down, obviously since they started their program, trying to get their feet under them. Then you go from the other spectrum of that to the other Abilene school, which is Hardin-Simmons, which, perennial league champion here, national title contender, all that. How do you prepare your team for a weekend like this, with McMurray coming in, which again we said is down a little bit, and then you got, the big monster waiting on Saturday. How do you go through as a week of preparation getting ready for that?
It's kind of ironic because the way we'll also play against McMurray, like you said, versus Hardin-Simmons will be 2 different styles. We may get on Friday when we play McMurray what we're going to try to do to Hardin-Simmons. So it is tough because you don't have a day in between to kind of regroup and kind of sort things out. But obviously a split this weekend would be great. Getting a point against Hardin-Simmons of any kind would be something really great. But it's tough. It's a tough practice sessions to lead up to that because you're trying to get a mentality for Friday. Hey, we're going to go at them. We're going to give it all we can. And Saturday, obviously, that does change a bit. But it's part of the character building, and throughout this conference season, we'll have several weekends like that where we'll have to do one thing one way and the other, and do it the other way the second time around. So it's tough. It's not easy as a coach. Obviously, time hinders that in between games, but hopefully you're able to withstand on Friday and take care of business, and Saturday, maybe things bounce our way.
Okay. Been on the road for the last 3 games. Hadn't played at home since the opener. How excited are the girls to be back, where they're familiar and getting to open conference play at home?
I think they're really excited to be home again. I've got to credit to our fan base, which is improved. The word on the street for Saturday, you're looking at 200-300 people coming apparently, which would be a big boost for our girls. But just to be home, just to get out of bed, in your own bed and walk out and play on your field, I think is going to make a big difference. I mean, the last 2 weekends, we've been getting out of the hotel room and probably a little more comfortable beds than what we have, but the familiarity of getting out of your own bed, walking out of your own dorm, eating your own cafeteria, and doing those little things that you're used to do, I think is going to be a big help for us. Just being home will be great.